So the guitar's now been set up on the workbench for a hone and reprofile. I usually like to remove the nut before I do this job, but on this particular Martin it's chamfered, and it's chamfered, so it's kind of well wedged in place, and it's also heavily varnished on the ends here. So rather than disturb all that, I'm just going to use a bit of foam rubber, which is a foam packaging, just to protect it, so there's no danger of being damaged by the honing stone. So that's all ready to go. So just light strokes up and down the fingerboard. Level at the moment, so just want to clean up with the finer side of the stone. For reprofiling now, so the frets have been honed and finely honed. Just need to check for straightness. I've done that already, but that's all. I'm quite satisfied that that's all level now and ready for reprofiling. Proceed with the reprofiling. So I like to do one fret at a time. It's vital that you protect the fingerboard, because it's very kind of easy to slip with a file. So I like to just reassure I'm not going to damage the fingerboard, and it also protects it from the paper as well. So I also like to reduce the lighting when I'm doing this, so I can actually see what the fret file is actually doing, because at the moment, you probably can't see this in the shop, but at the moment I can see a very shiny flat surface on the top there. So using a number 2 fret file, which corresponds with the fret width, I can now narrow that very shiny surface until it's virtually gone. Now I'm able to do that because of this fret file, because it's used on its edge, and I don't know if you can see this in the shop, but it's got a concave bevel in there, so as I'm honing, it's giving me that corresponding shape on the tops of the frets, and therefore crowning them correctly. Now I'm virtually down to nothing on that fine silver line there, so next job now is to use the wet and dry. So this is 600 wet and dry. I like to use this at a 45-degree angle across the fret. That ensures that the frets are actually skimmed at the top, and also the shape is doesn't lose its integrity. And then just on the ends there where we've refretted this, they need cleaning up as well, so we'll start that. Next is the 1200. Exactly the same idea. So what we're going through here is the frets file has left scratches behind. The 600 has eradicated those. The 1200 eradicates the 600 scratches, and now this is 2000, which will eradicate the 1200 scratches and virtually polish it. So, and then what I'll use on top of that is some very fine burnishing cream. So here's the burnishing cream. So that you can see what sort of the good thing about burnishing cream, the harder you use it, the more effective it is. You can see the sort of very fine particles I'm taking off the top. That means it's working, it means it's polishing very finely, and that fret is now complete. So So I'd just like to give the fingerboard a nice treatment of lemon oil after a job like this. It just brings the fingerboard up beautifully. It treats the fingerboard because of the oil in it, and also cleans it at the same time as well because of the citric acid. So I like to give it a good coat like that, and then go off and leave that for 5 minutes and come back and wipe off the residue, and then that will be ready for stringing up. So here's the strung up guitar now. So made a slight adjustment to the nut and the truss rod, so it's all playing beautifully now. Sounding really sweet. Job done.